25th of May 2023. Some of you probably already heard by now, but essentially the Department of Homeland Security, through another one of their agencies, has released a watch for this next few months for extreme violence and things like that to go on. They do that every so often. They release that. But what's going on right now that you should be a little bit like, something may happen this time, right? I'm not a doom and gloomer. I don't get on here and scare you and all that, but you got to stop and think. We've got fertilizer missing. Congress is, or senators are getting satellite phones. You know, it's almost like they're setting everything up because they know something is fixing to happen, right? I've discussed it on here before that a lot of things that happen, they already know that it's going to happen before we ever do. Are they going to give us a warning? Like if something major is going to happen, if they had information that, something big was going to happen in the United States, I firmly believe they would not warn us. At the very, very least, you would get a 5-minute warning where there's nothing you can do about it. Why is that? Why would they not want to warn us? They want you to keep going to work. They want you to go on about your day as normal, and they don't want to cause mass panic, right? I've discussed this before. Who remembers 9/11? Yes, people watched it on TV. If you were in the cities, it affected you greatly. Greatly it affected you if you were in the cities where it happened. But the rest of the country kind of just went on about their business as usual, right? Because why? It wasn't in their area. It didn't affect them, It may have affected them because they knew someone who died from it or was injured from it. But as far as they were still going to work the next day and everything like that, that's what the government wants you to do. They want you to be, they don't want to scare you, because if they come out and said, we expect something to happen next week, some people would stay home. They'd be like, I'm not even going to attempt this one, right? And there'd be a few that would go on about their day because they're the type, nothing's never going to happen. The problem is mass chaos. Could it cause mass chaos if they warned you? It could. So what does this mean with them releasing that? They're calling it, here lately, anybody that's white, they're calling white supremacists, and I don't understand that. I don't understand it. They're saying that that's the number one enemy in America, There's a lot of stuff going on in America right now. A lot of stuff. But yet they're focusing on that. I'm still confused why the senators got satellite phones. I would have thought they already had them, honestly. The cat's down here, the kitten's trying to climb up the camera stand. Sorry about if it's shaking. But it's very strange how everything's going on right now. It's almost like that ball is speeding up, heading down that hill, right? And eventually it's going to get to the bottom, and what's going to happen? It's not going to be good. We're headed to the Great Reset. We're in it right now. Inflation's down is what they're telling us, right? It's not down. It's not. I mean, our groceries are higher. We still see it every day at the stores. If the numbers they give are nowhere near correct, you know that, and I know that. But this Department of Homeland Security, through its other agency, releasing this, kind of paying attention to this one, honestly. Am I worried about it? Am I concerned? Just panicking? No, because I don't ever panic. But as far as this one may lead to something here, we may find out in a week or two that somehow all that fertilizer leaked, right? That would be very strange, but it probably has happened before or could happen, right? Doubtful, but who knows, right? But things are just getting out of whack right now. The more you pay attention to it, the more you start realizing what it is. You're like, yeah, this isn't good. This isn't good. Am I predicting that in the next few months that the world's going to end? No, I'm not. But I'm predicting maybe we're going to have some kind of event here in the United States, because there's too much going on right now. There's too much chatter, way too much chatter. And when you worry is when the chatter gets quiet, right? That's when you worry. But the satellite phones, we talked about that. It has me confused. I would have thought, honestly, they already had them, but obviously they didn't. They're using the January 6th insurrection as the reasoning for giving them to them. And why did all of them not accept them? I don't know that one. But it's almost like they're trying to make sure and get their people prepared, right? They don't want us prepping. They don't want us out here being prepared for anything, but they want their people prepared with communications, with bunkers and all this and that, right? They don't want the common people with that kind of stuff, which it's always been like that. Some people need to remember that a while back, I'm not sure which agency it was, it may have been FEMA, recommended people to have a stockpile of food and water. That's the government telling us to do that, right? That was very, very strange. They never tell you to do that. And then what happened? We had a pandemic. Gotta read between the lines sometimes, right? I've told you they know everything's coming before we do. You know, all these channels on here, they got the insider information. You know, they got a 5-star general emailing a YouTuber telling them this is going to happen. Don't believe that. Do not believe it. Now, do they have a buddy that's, you know, yeah, they may tell them something, but I guarantee you that buddy is not high up enough to know exactly what's going on anywhere. He don't know the final plan. But guys, keep prepping, because number one, the prices are going to keep going up, or you're going to see more shrinkflation, or a combination of the two. I've told you before, it's never too late to start prepping. It's just going to cost you more money if you start now, and it's just a simple fact, and that's the way it is. I'm going to tell you straight that you're going to pay more money for your preps now. Any of your preps, you're going to pay more money because inflation and shrinkflation. It's not cheap to prep anymore. I understand that. You know, if you got a couple dollars a week, go out and stockpile some food, some, you know, beans, rice, or something, at least something, right? Because you never know what could happen. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think it's just a ploy to get people worried about it, or do you actually, like me, kind of think something may come of this one? Because there's too much stuff going on. It's almost like they're starting to let too much stuff out to us, right? Well, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on it. Comment on this video, like, subscribe, and share. Keep your head on a swivel, be aware of your surroundings at all times, protect yourself and your family at all times, because at that moment, you're the only person that can do it. And if you're still watching, you're on the fence about subscribing, please subscribe. We have over 500 videos. Feel free to go back and watch any of the videos, and feel free to share them. Stay safe, get prepped up.